Hey everybody, Scott Spreitzer, DocSports.com with our update for Saturday, September 8th, 2018, Week 2 college football. And we've got a free pick coming up in the matchup between Georgia and South Carolina in just a few minutes. Before we get to that, if you've yet to become a member at DocSports.com, give it a try. It's easy to do. You click on the link below the video, get set up for a free $60 account, and what a time to do it on a Saturday and a Sunday. Week 2 college football, Week 1 the NFL. It's a good time to do it. Again, get started by clicking on the link below the video. Well, we're coming to you while our games are still in progress. We had the free pick here last night with SMU. They're up 9-7, getting about 22, 23 points depending on when you got the game, but about 22 to 23 as we speak. So that gave enough time for them to either hang on and cover that spread or give it away. We'll see, but up 9-7 as we speak is a big underdog in our premium play. One baseball play yesterday, or I should say on Friday, and that one is in a rain delay. We'll see if that game gets going. Anyway, we will grade things before we get to Sunday's video on Sunday morning. All right, Joes versus pros in football, college football in just a bit. We're going to tell you where the betting reports are. And by the way, we will have that free pick on Georgia, South Carolina. I wanted to mention the jersey. It's not a ringing endorsement here, the UNLV to go lay 23 with the Rebels, but I've been in Vegas for all of my entire adult life, and we'll be out there watching a little game time action against UTEP, but it's not often UNLV lays 23 or more points against an opponent. And in this particular situation, we're not betting on UNLV. We're not betting against UNLV. We're just going to enjoy the game and see how far Tony Sanchez has this program. They did cover last week. They were down 19-14 is all going into the fourth quarter against Southern Cal before losing the game, but covered the spread. You'll remember our Mountain West and Pac-12 previews way back in June and July. We thought that UNLV in that Pac-12 Mountain West matchup was the best bet from those two conferences in Week 1 college football, and the Rebels came through for us. Again, free pick in a moment. Wanted to mention that all my college and pro football plays for the entire weekend, right through Monday night, and we do have a Monday night football game as part of the package. They're all available right now at DocSports.com. First 7-star main event, that is, as the voice cracks, 7-star main event. First one of the season goes on Saturday in college football. Big 6-star side going in Sunday's NFL. Altogether, 8 plays, 5 in college, 3 in the NFL. They're all available right now at DocSports.com. And of course, baseball, we've been hot since August 1st. And our baseball for Saturday will be available after 11:30 a.m. Eastern, 8:30 a.m. Pacific on Saturday morning. All right, before we get to the free play, I wanted to get you that betting report update from a couple of the big books here in Southern Nevada. And biggest disparity of the week as far as what's gone on with the betting. Arkansas laying 14 at Colorado State. William Hill tells us that over 90% of the tickets on the Razorbacks, but 90% of the overall money or thereabouts on Colorado State. Now, the Rams have dropped 8 in a row against the spread, and Arkansas has allowed at least 28 points in 19 of its last 22 games. Not our stat, but we grabbed that off a reliable, trustworthy article. And I'll tell you what, that is an interesting note to make because right now we're seeing big-time Joes versus pros betting in Arkansas at Colorado State. And by the way, I almost forgot. I wanted to mention before I get to the rest of this betting information, for those of you who asked, the Darian Mel appearance on Saturday, 9:15 a.m. Eastern, 6:15 a.m. Pacific. We'll talk more college and NFL football with Darian Oka and Mel Kiper. All right, on to some more action as far as Joes versus pros. Michigan laying 28 to Western Michigan, and right now we're seeing the public back the Michigan Wolverines, thinking this team is back and ready for a nice bounce-back win after last week's loss at South Bend. Western Michigan, though, getting some sharp money as we speak. They are a little bit sharper. 68% of the money is on Western Michigan, about 60+% of the tickets on the Wolverines. So you can see some definite Joes versus pros action at that particular book. Duke and Northwestern, big early season game. Northwestern knocks off Purdue last week. They don't score a point in the second half, though. Duke, meanwhile, started out a little bit sluggish. They go on to the 20-point win and cover over Army. We had Duke on the free report last week. In this particular game, Northwestern a 2.5 to 3-point favorite. Big public side are the Wildcats. Over 80% of the tickets over at William Hill are on Northwestern, but about 60%, a little bit less than that, of the money is on Duke. We know what Duke's done, 21-6-1 non-conference against the spread run. Northwestern, well, they've won 9 games in a row straight up, covering 8 of those games, including their bowl games. So interesting news on that particular contest. Again, we've got Sharp versus Square, Joe's versus Pro Action, Michigan Public, Western Michigan Sharp, Northwestern Public, Duke Sharp, and as I mentioned, to kick things off, Arkansas Public, Colorado State Sharp in that game. Some key game betting stats. Clemson laying 12 at A&M, one-sided betting. Books have received about 60% of the tickets on the Tigers. More than that as far as the overall money's concerned. You know about Clemson, they've covered 8 of the last 10. Out here on the West Coast, USC at Stanford. Stanford laying about 6 as we speak. Late Friday night, one-sided betting. Stanford over 70% of the tickets. And these are William Hill numbers on this game. 80% of the money. And again, as I told you, Stanford did struggle last week, only 50 yards rushing against San Diego State. But USC gave up over 300 yards rushing to UNLV, who wasn't fooling them with the pass. They weren't able to pass the ball, but they just kept running right at the Trojans. And again, USC only led that game 19-14 early fourth quarter. Stanford, by the way, has covered 4 of the last 5 meetings. USC, a serious bankroll burner of late, covering just 3 of their last 16 games. Some nice betting updates as far as what's going on in a lot of the major books around Southern Nevada, and we thought we'd pass that along to you. We'll do that each and every Friday night for the college football season and Saturday night, Sunday mornings for the NFL. Real quick note on the NFL, our appearance on ESPN National Sunday morning will be around 12:30 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 a.m. Pacific. Cool thing about that, it's a half hour before the games kick off, and we'll get you updated on the betting reports in the NFL just about 30 minutes before things kick off. That's Sunday morning. All right, again, before the free play, we do have our entire football package, the entire weekend, 5 plays Saturday, first 7-star main event. Our top play goes on Saturday's card in college football. NFL, 3 plays right through Monday night. One of the plays is a Monday night football play, and again, a 6-star play in the NFL in week 1. 58% our last 300-plus NFL releases, 103 and 71, 59% college football run. Free college football Saturday, we're going to tackle the SEC-ACC clash. Georgia laying 10 to South Carolina. 57% of the tickets on Carolina. The money pretty much split down the middle. Carolina, a bit of a public side here. But you know what? Georgia's covered 10 of the last 11 away from home. I think South Carolina's got a shot to win 8-9 games this year. I do. But I think when it comes down to it, Georgia just has too many playmakers for this squad. And I know there's some issues, certain units on this Georgia team that maybe not up to snuff where it was last year, included, of course, at running back. But I do believe they'll find a way to win this game by about 15 to 17 points when it's said and done. Love Kirby Smart. The one problem I have with Will Muschamp over at South Carolina is that he's defensive-minded, and I'm not sure the offense will be enough to hang this number. So we like Georgia here, minus 10 over South Carolina. All right, hey, listen, if you like what you see, click on that thumbs up button. Be sure to subscribe. We will be right back here Sunday morning, no later than about 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific. I do want to get those reports up early on the weekend so you have some time to check out the videos. Don't forget, let's put Saturday in the win column. Best of luck to you. Best of luck to me. I'm Scott Spreitzer, DocSports.com. We'll talk to you again Sunday morning.